What's the name of Uncle Poochie's podcast?
6 Feet Under.
6 Feet Under podcast.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever this message reaches you, listening to another episode of 6 Feet Under podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance, Uncle Poochie. What's good, everybody? What's going on? What's happening? Hey, yo, say yo. Before I forget, do me a solid, do me a favor, and go ahead and rate this podcast, bro. You know you want to do that shit, bro. You be like looking at the podcast. You be like, yo, I be liking what he be saying, but you don't be rating it, and I don't be understanding that. What be wrong with y'all? Why y'all don't do that? Why y'all don't fuck with me? I'm just playing. But no, if you could like, subscribe, share, rate the podcast, I really would appreciate that. For those who have already done it, thank you. For those who haven't, I get it. It's cool, man. You just want to see me shine. It's okay. It's okay. Nah, but for real, y'all, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome back to the 6 Feet Under podcast. This is the 6 Feet Under podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance, Uncle Poochie. Yes, that's me. That's me. That's I already said that earlier. But you know, you got to just say that, man, because progression and repression. Sorry, I'm over here making the words. Repetition is the cousin of progression. I may or may not have somebody in the room while I'm recording. So if I start stumbling my words, please don't judge me. Anyways, man, what's good with y'all? What's happening? You're probably wondering why you're listening to this podcast. Well, you're listening to the 6 Feet Under podcast, bro. We at a dinner table. We're literally at a dinner table. We just got through eating some delectable meals. I don't know what we ate. Pretty sure it was good. But it was good. Some good food. Now we breaking it down. We sitting around. You talking to me. I'm your Uncle P. And you want some advice. You know, that's why you're talking to me. And you probably saying like, I want some advice. But what you realize is you're not talking to me because you want the best advice. No. Talk to me because you want the realest advice. Thank you so very much, Sister Johnson. I appreciate you. Frank, sit the fuck down before I slap your ass. What's good, y'all? What's happening? It's Monday. How y'all day going? How's everything going with y'all? How's everything grooving with you all? Y'all doing good? Okay. All right. Well, I'm doing phenomenal. Thank you for asking. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. This episode's about Juneteenth. Yep, I said it. If you ain't really up to breast about what Juneteenth is, well then, let me give you a little bit of a history. Okay, so it's a federal holiday now. That means that you mark it on your calendar. You know what I used to think? That a holiday it doesn't exist if it's not on the calendar, which is true, bro. If your holiday ain't got a little ugly asterisk next to it and it's in a box on the calendar, it's not real. And so what happened is the Mayo people last year were like, hey, we want to help you Negroes out and give you guys something to share about. So we're going to give you reparations. Hell no, Negro. We're going to give you Juneteenth. And we were like, bro, we've already been celebrating that. And then Mayo people were like, but now it's official. It's official. So now it's real. No, I'm playing, man. A lot more went into that. But my issue with Juneteenth, if you haven't noticed by now, is that it's not that I have an issue with the actual day of Juneteenth. Like, why the hell would I have an issue with Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day, Independence Day for Black people? I wouldn't have an issue with that if some of y'all didn't just pander. Yeah, y'all be pandering, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all. Yeah, we might have to touch them. Fools. And if you don't get that reference, bro, you're way too young to talk to me. But shout out to Belly, that garbage ass movie. So yeah, man, Juneteenth. I love the fact that recognition and validation is real. I like the fact that the United States of America government has finally said, listen here, Black people, we ain't finna give y'all ass no money. But, we're going to at least acknowledge that, hey, there was a day that you guys officially said you became free. Which, realistically, Juneteenth all depends on when you celebrate it and when your neighborhood said it was okay. Case in point, whoever owned your grandparents said it's all right to go outside, that's when Juneteenth started. But I digress. Anyways, man, what bothers me about Juneteenth is the same thing that bothered me about LGBTQ. Sorry, I ain't trying to fuck up y'all names and stuff. I ain't trying to fuck up nothing. But what fucked me up about that is what I said in my LGBT Cool episode was, yo, if you're going to display people understand that you need to show it with respect. If you're going to display people, do not display people because it's the popular thing to do or the socially conscious thing to do or the most financial thing to do. Display them because you honestly believe in the cause. Case in point, why I love the fact that Chick-fil-A be like, nah. Chick-fil-A like, nah, we ain't doing that. Rainbow who? Unless you eating some Skittles, that's the only way you getting rainbows up into Chick-fil-A. And I'm not saying that to say anything against like anybody of any type of background, because I thoroughly believe that equality is needed. I don't believe inclusion is needed, but equality is needed. I've told you that a whole bunch of times. I don't want to be included in none of your doing. I just want an equal opportunity. Fuck your inclusion. I don't want your inclusion. Damn that. Give me equality. And so that's why I like Juneteenth. I like Juneteenth of like giving me equality of saying, hey, you gave us Independence Day, because that was the day that, you know, Mayo people were like, we ain't fucking with the British Mayo people. And then, you know, you acknowledge Cinco de Mayo, which is cool. Although brown people don't acknowledge Cinco de Mayo. That ain't got shit to do with them. I mean, they acknowledge it as a battle, but, oh yeah, by the way, sidebar, I have a history degree from a public Ivy League institution. So if any of you are listening to this and it's like, how the fuck do you know? I studied this. But then I digress again. So you gave, you know, brown people Cinco de Mayo Day. And then brown people was like, we don't really fucking with that. And then y'all gave them Cesar Chavez Day. And they said, yeah, no, we fucking with that because Caesar really was out here making the moves. Like Cinco de Mayo was nothing but a battle. That was literally a war. There was literally a battle and some shit went down and homie fell from a building. And that's what Cinco de Mayo is. In a nutshell, son, that's what it is. And not to downplay Cinco de Mayo or say it's not important. What I'm saying is, like, check this out, Joe. You have to understand that just because you say it's important doesn't mean it's important if the people don't think it's important. So that's why Juneteenth being cited as a federal holiday is important, because now it gives a validity that people who are not Black are like, yeah, this is real. Okay, this makes sense. All right, we should do this. I like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, America. I appreciate you for doing that. But this is what I don't appreciate, America. Y'all keep the motherfucking commercials to yourselves, bro. Feel me? I don't want to hear them goddamn commercials. Leave them commercials alone. Don't talk to me about no damn Black power. Don't talk to me about how, you know, don't do that, bro. Like, I tell you this and I'll tell you once. Thank you, the NBA, for everything you did last year with those jerseys and say her name, say his name, liberation, all this stuff that you guys put out to acknowledge Black people. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. But, bro, the Black struggle is not something to profit off of. You guys already do these bullshit ass movies, bro. Every year, some slave movie, some gangster movie, some thug movie. I just want to see a movie when a Black kid likes science or art. Where's a Picasso movie about a Black kid who wants to paint like Picasso? Like, this shit is possible, y'all. I'm telling you, like, these things are real. Like, people really, really, really do like this shit as Black people. And not to mention, being Black is pretty fucking dope. So stop giving me all these sad ass movies. You know what's really unfortunate, and I'm pretty sure the person who maybe is or isn't in this room will agree with me, is that when you see movies or pictures, actually, when you see pictures from people from the past, like Black people from the past, don't you get low-key scared? I get so scared. I think like, oh my God, these Black people were living in times when they were hanging Black people and they were killing Black people and they were hurting Black people for no reason. And then I pause. And then I remember, I too live in a time where they hang Black people, they kill Black people for no apparent reason. And so therefore I'm like, yo, only difference between them and me is I got the internet. That's it. When you guys really realize not much has changed in the last 100 years, then you start to realize that that's why all these corporations and all these companies have an issue putting out their work, or they have an issue like, you know, citing things as being responsible or respectful. Because, bruh, this all changed in like the last 60 years. You got grandparents, dog, that literally walk through the back door. This shit ain't that, bro, we ain't came that far. We have not. I know it's really sad. All my brothers and sisters that have been gunned down and, you know, killed for no reason. That is very sad. But I'm here to tell you that that's no different than what they was doing when your grandmama was young, when your granddaddy was a kid, when your great granddaddy was a kid. They were doing this. This was happening to Black people for years. And so to say like this is like, you know, wrong. Yes, it is wrong. But this ain't new. And so that's my problem with Juneteenth. Like, do not, although this is about the day that Black people were freed, please can we not focus on slavery, just that? Because Black people's history did not start with slavery. I really wish we could get that narrative out of y'all's head. Like, y'all keep giving me these bullshit ass movies with Black history starting with slavery, and it's like, bruh, take that shit somewhere else. And it also didn't start with the civil rights movement either. I wish you guys would stop showing me that shit too. And again, this isn't for me attacking anyone. This isn't to say that I would never work on a project like that. I would love to work on a project like that. I would love to give my insight or, give some help. But what I want is just some diversity within the range of media when it comes to Black folks. Because we're a lot more than big lips and fat asses. Although, I ain't got no problem with big lips and fat asses. But I digress. Anyways, Juneteenth. It's going to be on a Saturday. Actually, it was on a Saturday. When you hear this episode, it already passed. I'm sure you saw a whole bunch of Black people at cookouts, fish fries, and all that other good shit. And let me tell you, my Black ass was probably there. Probably with your auntie. Wanna? Huh? Yeah. Don't ask who I am. I'm just Fedora P. I'm a Black man walking around with a fedora on in 110 weather. I'm wearing an unbreathable hat in 110 weather. Don't ask me why I'm doing it. Just enjoy. Nah, man, let me back up. I want to say this, and I want it to be crystal clear. My feelings about Juneteenth is this. It's important, but it's not. I just don't like the display of it. I'm not going to enjoy that this is about to become another corporation holiday that people are going to see, and they're just going to circle it on their calendars. Oh, it's an off day. It's like MLK Day. Oh, you don't have to go to work? No. It's MLK Day. Are you doing anything in observance? No, just not going to work. And that's what this will move to, which is fine, man. I mean, granted, if you're not Black, that's cool. I don't think you should really indulge yourself in other people's cultures without having a respectable point of view. If you're just indulging in my culture because you think it's cool, that's disrespectful. That's what cultural appropriation is. But if you indulge in my culture because you learned about it, you've taught yourself, the ins and outs, that what's right and what's wrong, cool. It's kind of like in the Black culture when people see Jamaican people and they're like, "Bum la clots, what's right?" And it's like, what in the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Not every Jamaican person talks like that. Actually, Jamaican people don't talk like that. That's Rastafarian. That's a whole different set of people, brother. Whole different set. Matter of fact, don't even know if them niggas even consider themselves Jamaican, But hey, what the fuck do I know? To bring this point back around, I just want you all to do your history. That's it. Don't allow Juneteenth to become a corporate holiday and you guys forget what this was truly about. And then when you learn what it's truly about, don't get stuck in the past. Take what we did, grow from it. Because unless y'all got an answer that I don't know, I think we're only going to live once. Like, this shit's only going to happen once. Therefore, get up off your high horse, homeboy. You're not that fucking cool. Go out there. Enjoy the day. But also remember what the day was about and what it's for. It's not just cool ass t-shirts and cookouts and listening to Beverly Mays and them. Although I love Before I Let You Go. I love that song. Juneteenth ain't just about that. So yeah, man, I hope I didn't offend you all too much. And if I did, great. It's what this show's about at this point. To inform and to offend. Hey, homeboy, stop honking that damn horn outside. As if he heard me. You listen to another episode of 6 on the podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance, Uncle Poochie. And like always, ladies and gentlemen, please allow peace to kill the evil that is coming from within you. And until next time, I am.
This is Sir Kerrigan.